This is OwlUp, where learning happens in minutes, not hours. For a deeper journey, explore all our courses at owlup.co. Now, let's dive in. Welcome back to Chapter 4 of Everyday Stoicism, Mastering Emotional Resilience. In today's episode titled, Building Resilience with Stoic Reflection, we're going to explore how the practice of reflection can enhance our emotional strength and guide us through life's challenges. So, let's dive in. A global health agency says workplace stress drains about $1 trillion from the world each year. Yet in the same week, an exhausted nurse, a burned-out manager, and a stuck graduate student each reach for the same unlikely tool, a 2,000-year-old Stoic journal. By the end of that week, patterns start to appear in their notes. The nurse notices she spirals most after night shifts. The manager sees that unplanned meetings trigger disproportionate irritation. The student realizes deadlines only crush her when she ties them to her self-worth. None of their external problems vanish, yet each reports feeling slightly less yanked around by emotion, often just a 10 to 20% shift, but enough to change decisions the next day. This is where Stoic reflection moves from interesting idea to trainable skill. Modern studies of Stoic practice show that, with as little as 10 to 15 minutes of structured reflection per day, people begin to interrupt automatic reactions and replace them with chosen responses aligned with their values. In this episode, we zoom in on how to run those 10 to 15 reflective minutes so they actually change your brain, not just your mood. 3 classic Stoic drills have modern data behind them. Brief negative visualization, 2 to 3 minutes of calmly rehearsing a setback. The evening review, 5 to 7 minutes of replaying the day. And the view from above, 3 to 5 minutes of zooming out on your life like a map. Clinical-style studies suggest that doing these on at least 4 days per week for just 2 to 3 weeks can produce measurable shifts in stress reactivity and perceived control. Epictetus's line, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react," turns out not to be poetry, but neurology. When you run these Stoic drills, you are asking your prefrontal cortex to rewrite the story your older, threat-sensitive brain tells about events. Modern imaging studies on cognitive reappraisal show that even a single 10-minute session can reduce activity in the amygdala, the brain's alarm center, while increasing activation in frontal regions that govern planning and self-control. In plain terms, you are practicing staying in the driver's seat when something upsetting happens. Consider negative visualization done for 3 minutes before a difficult conversation. A manager who calmly rehearses the other person reacting badly can walk into the room with a prepared response instead of a clenched jaw. In trials that resemble CBT exercises, people who do this type of calm rehearsal 4 to 5 times per week show noticeably lower spikes in heart rate and blood pressure when real conflicts occur. The content is ancient. The physiological pattern is textbook stress regulation. The evening review adds a feedback loop. By replaying the day, you are doing what psychologists call implementation intentions in slow motion. Next time I feel X, I will try Y instead. Research on habit change suggests that writing down even one such concrete if-then per night for 14 days can significantly increase follow-through on desired behaviors. James Stockdale effectively did this under torture conditions, returning again and again to Epictetus's distinctions between what is and isn't up to us, and pre-committing his responses. The view from above adds a different angle, perspective. When you mentally place today's problem inside your whole life, or even inside a century, your brain tags it as relatively smaller. Survey data from the University of Exeter's Stoic Week, with thousands of participants, consistently show double-digit percentage boosts in life satisfaction and reductions in anger after just 7 days that include this practice. It's not escapism, it's recalibration of scale. Used together, 3 minutes before challenging events, 5 to 7 minutes at night, 3 to 5 minutes to zoom out every few days, you are not aiming for numbness. You are training a quieter, steadier form of courage that can coexist with very real fear or pain, the way a mountain remains under shifting weather. A product lead at a fast-growing startup tested these drills for 21 days. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, she spent 4 minutes anticipating one concrete setback for the day: a delayed launch, a key hire rejecting an offer, or a metrics dip of 15 to 20%. She named one response she wanted to practice in each case. On 12 of those 21 days, something on her list actually happened. Her self-reported derailment time after bad news shrank from about 90 minutes to under 25. A nurse in oncology tried a different pattern: a 6-minute review after each shift for 10 shifts, plus a 4-minute zoom out every third day. She tagged encounters as red, amber, or green based on how drained she felt. By shift 7, she noticed that only 2 to 3 interactions per day produced most of her exhaustion and adjusted her pre-shift preparation to focus on those. Over the next month, she requested just 1 emergency day off, down from 4 the previous month. As these tools scale, expect dashboards that track resilience like step counters track walking. A nurse might see her recovery time after conflict drop from 80 to 30 minutes over 30 days, or a team lead watch weekly anger episodes fall from 9 to 3. Early pilots in 5 to 10 schools and 3 to 4 large firms already test such metrics. Your opportunity now? Treat each reflection as data. Revise one small behavior per week and review the trend every 30 days. Your challenge this week? Run a 7-day resilience sprint. Day 1 through 2, pick one situation, for example, tense meeting. Rate your emotional recovery time in minutes. Day 3 through 5, apply just one Stoic tool to that same type of event. Day 6 through 7, rate recovery again. If you cut even 15 to 20 minutes, log what shifted, and lock that habit in for 30 more days. This was OwlUp, your daily step forward. This series continues with more chapters on OwlUp.co. Visit OwlUp.co to access the complete course and continue your learning journey. See you there!